This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Filipino Adventures. Good morning. I decided to come and do a stream. I don't know if anybody will show up because it's a impromptu stream. In other words, I didn't plan it, you know. So good morning, everybody. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. I wanted to talk about why it seems that a few, not necessarily many, but a few foreigners, well, it depends how you look at it. One guy yesterday told me on a flight that he had out of the country that he was headed back to States, him and his wife. There's no reason they were going back just as they normally do, because they come here for a period of time. And good morning, Michael and Heidi. Oops, hit the wrong button. And the guy was telling me that he had, good morning, TL Roy, impromptu live stream. The guy was telling me that he had what was I going to say? He was on an airplane, and it said there was it 19? 19? Michael Bell, good morning. On the flight. Bill Pruitt, how you doing? Yeah, impromptu. I was going to stay on about an hour. Jim Dunlap, good morning, Jim. Bill, Michael and Heidi, TL Roy, good morning. How is everybody? Hopefully everybody's doing well today. Thank you so much for coming on and spending your time with me today. I'm only going to stay about an hour. I was thinking I'm going to get Ruth and we'll head to the market today. But anyway, he's telling me he's on the plane and there was quite a few guys leaving. So he asked a few of the guys, because they're all sitting there waiting for the flight, just comment, like from across from each other, and just asked them, why are you going back? Some were going back because they just come here for a period of time, but 80% were going back because of health care. Elderly, time to go back because didn't want to pass here, die here, because wanted to go back because they had family, and a lot of them have family, so they're headed back. So Bill, how's things there in Oklahoma? Jim, how you doing? TL Roy, what's happening? Michael and Heidi, how is California and how is everybody treating you? Hey Michael, ask Heidi, what is the average salary of a teacher here? Ruth was telling me the other day that the average salary that she was talking to her teacher, and the teacher was talking to all the students, said they make $4K a day here, $80 a day. And I said, that's 20 days a month of school. I said, that's 80,000. I said, that seems really high for a teacher. But she said it, so I won't doubt it. I mean, if she makes it, congratulations. I can't see a teacher making 80,000 peso, which is close to $1,300, $1,400 a month, or more, depending on the ratio. So that's really good. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. So Ruth is headed to get some gas. We ran out of gas. Everything broke. My fridge broke at the house over there, and so I bought a fridge. My oven broke. My new burner I bought broke. I'm trying to think. I had something else broke. All this last week. So all the appliances seem to be breaking. I guess it's just product itself is not, I don't know, it's just bad products, just really bad products here. I just got the girls in bed. I'm just waiting for Rose to get home from work. I can't sleep until she knows she's home safe. I'm the same way. Ruth went to church the other day, and it was late. and I can't sleep. And even when she's up, I can't sleep knowing, are you okay? What are you doing? Like that. Not a control thing, but because she's always chatting, or you never know, because she'd be singing. Like the church, we got a church across the street, we got a church right around the corner there, and many friends around, so she's all over. Hello, Mark King. How's everybody? Mario, how you doing, Mario? No, that's exactly what I said, Mario. Makes that much in Philippines. I know the call center's better salaries, make about six. Exactly. Well, we have two or three actually, nieces. We have. She does. We have. That work call centers. They make average 16, and if they get to 20, that means they're supervisor or upper echelon. So I was excited to hear that they got jobs like that, because even at 16 to 20, it's good money. I mean, for here anyway. But 4,000, no way. Maybe 2,000 or something like that, but I can't see 4,000. Well, we can only speak for public school teachers. When Heidi was teaching in Jinsan Elementary, she's paid 23. That's about what I thought, and that's about what I suspected, 23,000, and that's good. That's good money, even at that. If you think about it, I mean, that's fair money. I know for me, I would think that's good money here to eat, and pay your bills, because that's cheap. I just checked. Hey, Pumpkin Joe, how you doing? I just checked. The average teacher makes 20,000 peso a month. That's okay. That's about what I thought. And if it's 23, she's doing really good. But 80,000? I said, oh, there's no way in the world she's going to make 80,000, unless she's a principal or something like that. But even that, I don't see their salaries being no more than 40 or 30, something like that. Maybe 50, but I don't know. There's nothing better than eating my dinner and watching you. Thank you so much for that, Mark King. So how you doing today? Welcome. Ken Unger, thank you so much. Average teacher in the Philippines makes about 6,000 to 8,000. Okay, thank you, Ken. And that's about right. That's exactly about right. If you think about 400 times 12, right? So that's 5. So 6 to 8. Yeah, there you go. So that's close. I mean, but I could not think. I mean, that's a lot of money to me. 80,000. I mean, 80,000. Where's the school? I'll teach it. Right? I couldn't, and I wouldn't. I mean, you're talking about the pressures of the job. Can you imagine the pressures of the job? With all the students. I mean, our class in the morning, it's 45 in the morning, I think. And in the afternoon, there's 44. So they have class from 6 to 12, and now 12 to 6. Ours in the afternoon class, because she's transferee. And she makes she goes to school from 12 to 6. So she gets home 6:30, 7 at night. And 6 hours a day. But it extends their year. You understand? So their year's going to be a little bit longer, because she's only in school 6 hours a day compared to the normal 8 to 5 school. Here, what disturbs me a lot, honestly, is they get out at 5. As you know, schools in the U.S., a lot of times they don't want you out past dusk. So 6 o'clock or something like that. But kids here are out 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night on the roads. And most of the people don't have lights, motorcycles, cars. It's really treacherous, The principal at school was getting, okay, that's what I thought. Principal at the school is going to about 50K. Okay, that's fair. If you look at that number, that's fair. I could see that. Even at 50K, I know they work hard. I'm not taking away anything their jobs are, because anytime a teacher, it's a lot of work. So her teachers, and it's the same teachers that work all day from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. they will make that money. But something that really amazed me, that's 89 students or 90 students, 89 students in one class, in 10th grade. And that's just one section. They have other sections. So this is just one section, it's one another section, another section. And they have like 4 sections, I think. So in the 10th grade, they'll have like 400 students. The school goes from K to 12. But this particular school, that many. And then there's another school right down the road there. As you know, schools all over there. I recall asking when I found out a doctor and lawyer paid, I was shocked. Pumpkin Joe, I agree with for you, my friend. That's exactly right. A doctor and lawyer, we have a close friend's a doctor. She makes about $50K a month. And she said she tops out at 50. Her average runs about 40, which $800 to $1,000 a month. And she is a pediatrician and children. So, and her office is packed. I mean, you go there in her office, it's packed. I mean, everybody's got 2, 3, 4 kids, and as you know, they all go there. So there's just packed. And she makes 50. I did talk, we have another friend that is a dentist, and her average is about $800 a month as a dentist here. And I could not believe that either. And doctors, my doctor, he said he's lucky to make $800 a month. So, lucky to make. Good morning, Ken Unger. How's Mr. Ken? How are you doing, Ken? Tom, everything has been breaking here, but it's because we bought all the same time. Breaks all the same time. Fix the oven with Gorilla Glue in full, if it helps you. I did what I could do for the knowledge that I have. It's very limited. I'm not a person that can do that, but put me around a motor or something like that, I can take it down and put rings in it, you know, and I know how to tear apart a motor and put it back together. But taking these cheap ovens that there's a board in about this big, and I'm sure one of the things is fried. But trying to find that board is impossible, just completely impossible. $140 I paid for the oven. That oven's made hundreds of cakes and pies and cupcakes and cookies and brownies and everything else. And she's been making bread endlessly in it, and it just died. Then the burner died. The one I just bought, the burners for the propane died. It's all rusted and fell apart. And that's like the 5th one of those. I counted, we bought like nine rice cookers. 9. Ruth we figured out through the years. So 1 a year. I've been here 8 years. The other stuff, air cons busted. I have an air con busted. The motor, they rewound the motor, but then they can't find the motor now. Motor rewound, put it back in, lasted about 5 weeks, it died. Now they can't find the motor. So I said, okay, no worries, I'll buy a Korean. Best products on earth, right? Korean products. Same. So the Korean one died. Now the Korean one, if you remember, it was used. I did buy it used, so I don't blame Korean product there, but I blame on some of the other stuff I bought Korean. So greetings from California, Gary T. How you doing, my good friend? So what do you do if your appliances break down in the Philippines? I go borrow my neighbors. I go borrow my neighbor's appliances. I'm joking. My neighbor here, which is the landlord, they have everything. They still do by fire. They do by fire. And then they have a full house of all kinds of appliances. Honestly, $50K a month here isn't bad. Anything over that is almost overkill. Be buying property with $80K. Yeah, that's true. Michael, $50K is right. I mean, $50K is good for someone that is here, lives here. But it's sort of like the doctor said, because of all the things and all that they have to travel, some things, she says, honestly, it's not worth me going to get degrees, because she says we have to upkeep our licenses. Here in the Philippines, she says a constant battle, because we have a meeting here, it's mandatory you go to. If you don't, you can't practice in that hospital. So they have constantly going to these meetings and things in health department and all the things like that. It's a constant battle. Ossifence, how you doing, my friend? Gary T. Tom, you know 80 is nothing if you're living in California. Yeah, I know. You're right, Mom. 80K. 80K USD is nothing. I know. I know. Pesos. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Hillbilly. How you doing, my good friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Austin Finch, good morning again. Makes sense. I knew an LFW in America who went there to work as a teacher. She told me she wanted to go back because teacher states don't get treated right and income is too low. Here, they're treated like dirt. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you. Through the 8 years I've been here, it's been a battle with me, with the teachers and things in general. They're overwhelmed. So, it's like R says, and Ruth says, they will find a way just to completely take off work and relax. So they give the students projects so they can relax 2-3 days and get relaxation. Meaning, go do this project, go get them, dressed, we're gonna do a parade, we're gonna do this, that, so they can relax and not necessarily do it because they're overwhelmed with stuff, normal teaching. Hey, I don't understand the concept of dusk there in Negros Leagues. 3 nights this week, we're in bed and the kids are practicing their drums. Yeah, I know. The dusk, I guess, depends where you're at in the world. I know. They will do that. I tell you what, you guys know those 2 balls with the string, the clackers, and they do this all the time? Well, I was listening to a guy's video the other day, and apparently that trend is just started there because everybody's doing it. You couldn't even hear him. The clackers are going so much. Here, it's started, gone, finished. Nobody has any clackers going. But when I first arrived here, that's all you heard. This like this. And then some have like this. And then you get 3 or 4 other ones doing it like this too. You're like, oh man. And it's morning, noon, and night. The other place that I lived, I'm not kidding you. They were up all night. They were up all night. The reason I moved is because they were up all night. I could not get any sleep. I would sleep during the daytime, and of course daytime is so much noise and construction and horns honking and screaming and yelling and fighting and karaoke. Do you think Americans fight? Filipino fight as much as Americans in their relationships. Arguing and fighting and cussing and drinking and oh man, Ruth says, get me out of here, please. So we searched for another place, more quiet. We found this place, and it is quiet. But we have the occasional karaoke at 11 or 12. But luckily, they're policemen here, so they take care of it. They'll trot on down there and say, turn it off. Do you remember the public service commercials on TV? It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children... Yeah, I do remember those. I do. It's funny. I do as a kid. My dad would say, is all the boys in the house? He'd watch the news at 10. Yeah, all the boys are in. Okay, they're in bed, right? Yeah, they're all in bed. We have met the same teachers here in the States. Unfortunately, they come on contact from service that takes a big chunk of their pay. That's the reason why. That's really sad that they do that. They really take advantage of them that way. It's sad that they do that. I know that there were Canada, come to Canada, Filipino, come to Canada. Now they're saying, get out of Canada. Poor Filipino, they're just, come. Now they're telling them, get out. Buy torch file to keep your burners from clogging. End up in trash. It's circular about a centimeter thick. Looks like a charm. Acetylene torch file. Okay. I'll do that, Michael. I'll do that. Don't buy products that get sold on tops, bottoms, Shopee, Lazada, or bazaars if you want it to last. Amen. So you buy it from Amazon and ship it here, and hopefully it gets here in a good condition and you can do it. I understand that I can actually get stuff here now. It's funny. I have a good friend, Tom. You guys know him, Tom Shipman. He ships there in town in Maramug, and they get it. But where I live, just right close to town there, they don't come out and deliver it from Amazon. So if I order something, they won't deliver it. It's crazy. But yet, he can order it and get it all the time, but I can't get it. So I said, okay, good. I'm glad. Thanks, Tom. So I started going on Amazon, ordered a couple things, you know. I wanted some sunglasses and a couple things. Can you buy cheap and good quality, better quality than here? I bought a pair. I paid $2 for them at the bus terminal, right? I put them on and I said, okay, I'm cool now. And I took them off, put them in my pocket, and they broke right there. Ruth's laughing so hard. So I bought these at the bus terminal, and the thing that holds the, you know, it has the thing here. Well, they broke off first day, so I just still wear them. I don't care. I'll get here. For about last week, the Philippines, very much like USA, I'm getting pop ads on my cell phone. Are you really, Jim? Really? Yeah. What a pain in the butt. I haven't got any of those. Man, I don't want any ads. Tell RR is talking like a pirate. RR. Hey, RR. Please pop up and take place about every 5 minutes. Get this, the other day I did a video, you guys live stream. So I go on and I put an ad about every 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And I'll put an ad every 10 minutes, but I put an ad and then I put another ad. Usually 3 ads for the whole video for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Get this, I go on there and there's YouTube had put 100 ads on it. And I didn't click the automatic. I go, what the heck? No wonder. I mean, somebody watched my video every 3 minutes, there's an ad. I go, what the heck is going on? So I discarded all the ads and had like 3 ads in the whole 2 hours. I mean, come on, 3 ads in 2 hours is pretty good. So they had ad every 3 minutes or 4 minutes. It was saturated. YouTube did it. You can tell they're struggling. You know how? Because of that. Clackers were big, fat in America back in the 70s, Ken. I remember that too. Yeah. I don't like the clackers now. Hello from Iloilo. Just finished watering the yard. I did my walk and exercise. Now it's coffee time and play some chess online. Good for you, Sperlin. I'm so happy that you're okay and things are well there for you there in Iloilo. And you're doing good. It's very important. It's very nice. Yes, contracts seem to trap me like a trap to me. Unfortunately, they're a 4-year contract. The sad thing about it is, I don't think they can get out of it. If they could get out of it, it would be really a positive thing. If they could figure out a way to get out of that. I know for me, Ruth was telling me about a lady that's in contract and she got stuck in one, and she ended up only making. They took like $10,000 of her money every month, and she ended up with a little nothing. And she worked there and did it for about 3 years, and it was a nightmare for her. And I thought that would be against the law, but here's something let me tell you, this is against the law. We're going to get in a cab yesterday. So we know where we're going. We know, here's the app. We know where we're going. Guys, he's going another route. Well, no. You know, if he's already discussed, if he's already making a scrap, this is what we're going to pay. So if you go around the other way, you're not getting no more money. So he's driving around. Well, the meter says this. No. Already paid. Oh, you already paid. He knew it. Oh, you got 3. 3, okay. I pay more, 100 more. 1, 2, 3. What difference does it make? Same gas, same fuel. Well, if you have 5, if you have 8, you have 10. These guys are getting to where they're pain in the neck, trying to overcharge. This is the 3rd time in the last week and a half this has happened. It was horrible. Davao was worse. Like every day a driver was trying to gouge us for money that was like an additional 100 or 150 because there's 3 of us. The trend. Yeah, it's a trap, yeah. I agree with you about the Korean products being quality. I paid more for them at Major Mall. It's pricey, but it lasted 3 years. And Joe, I'm excited that worked out good. Yeah. Did the fee go down or is it on my end? Just Bill? I don't know. It could have gone down. It's good here to this second. But that does not mean anything. I mean, I'm on data. I'm on GOMO data. It's unlimited. I pay $8 a month, and it's unlimited, and it's Globe, and it seems it's like this, but never. Tim D, good morning. Oh, on your end, okay. How's Tim? I'm having that great Philippine internet. Once we got those new SIM cards, I bought our daughter a toy at City Mall and broke before I even got it home. Yeah. I was watching a movie the other day. A guy was in Thailand. He bought a toy for a girl, and it was a movie. It was called Assassin. And he takes it and gives the toy to the kid. And the kid grabs it and it falls apart in his hand. I bought 2 refrigerators, 2 air cons, 2 television sets in 11 years. Oh, man. Okay. 8 years. 1, 2, 3 TVs, 2 refrigerators. 1, 2, 3 air cons. 9 rice cookers. 2 inverter stoves. 3 double gas burners. 4 drills. 1 air compressor. I had to rebuy another one, and it broke too. So 2. So I don't have an air compressor now. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. In 8 years, if you add all that up, I don't know how much it ends up being. I mean, the rice cookers, well, they're $25 each, so 8 of them is $200 right there. AdSense revenue from YouTube went down more than 50% in the past year. Yes, so I made 30 plus from 3K view. Then now it's about $1 per 1,000 views. Yeah, you know what? I got to tell you, I have 8 or 9 channels. Okay, I do. I have 8 or 9 channels. Out of those 9 channels, all the views I get, one gets about 100,000 views. This one varies anywhere from 40 to 100,000 views a month. I have another one gets about 200,000 views. You add all that up, I do not get enough money a month. I don't make $100 a month. That's the way it is. And yeah, revenue's gone down, so I don't make $100 a month. Oh, I take it back. Sometimes I'll get like 120, 130, something like that. Used to, back in the day, I was making $1,500 a month just on Tom and Ruth. And actually revenue is down less than 50%. I think it's less than that. And a lot of YouTubers are made a life out of it, are struggling, and that's the reason why all the drama's coming out. And they're struggling financially because they depended upon that money. And thank goodness that it was nice for me to have, and I banked a lot of it. So it was nice to have. There was times where I get a couple $1,000s, and it was nice. But even my channel, it's got 220, 230 now. That on the other channels, I think it's up to $57, and this one's at $57. So I'll get a check next month, but I didn't get a check this month, or won't get a check this month. People in our local area will used to try and charge me Rose more until my mother-in-law taught me how to behave like local prices. Lawson travels fast. Yeah, I only get Carrier. Carrier's really good. I tell you, that's what I have here is a Carrier. I bought this aircon used for 3,000 peso from a lady needing money, and I had it put in here. I had it installed at the other house, wiring, the whole 9 yards. Cost me, $30-40, but I had it put here, cost me $30-40. But that's my aircon. That's my go-to aircon. It's a window aircon, but it's well worth it. It's well worth the money, and it's Carrier. I have a Matrix at home, which Joe's had that in my bedroom, and now it needs Freon again. Earthquakes, they shake it, and you guys know, a leak. Every time I have an earthquake, I have to refill the tanks. The thing that I really get upset about is how much money I spend on these air conditioners. I have one that I bought used and it finally died on me. Yeah, you're very lucky, Bill, that you have in-laws that care about you and love you and take care of you. You're right about that, Bill. Davadon is safe. Pencil thin. Nowhere is safe in the world. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So good to see you, Davadon. Thank goodness I don't use YouTube revenue to live off his hobby, keep busy. Yeah, I do it to keep busy. Keep my mind going. That's the reason I do it. I do those other things like hauntings and stuff like that. I do it to keep my mind and be busy, exercise and be busy. I can't buy crossword puzzles. Remember the old people would, I remember my mom, give me them crosswords, give me about 4 or 5 of them books. Okay, Ma, how many? Give me 4 or 5, get Daddy 4 or 5 of them books. We do our crosswords at night. So I would bring them home, a big old stack of them books, and they'd be done with those in like a day or 2, 3, I don't know. It's like, they had stacks, these crossword puzzles in the house. So I'm trying not to be like that. I'm trying to keep busy online and be active. And the more active you are, the better it is. And I'm trying to keep myself motivated that way. A big issue, I have to say, a big issue is that everything always wet. America, we can just leave it alone, hire someone to fix it. Yeah, you do. You have to really well regulated. You're right. You're right. Sometimes I found myself, everything does get wet, and it's soaking wet. I just went outside the house, and they have lansunis, the little grapes on the trees, and I did a video this morning, and mud over my slippers. Like, oh man, so much rain yesterday. It is literally, raining so much, it's unbearable. I have been thinking about time. Gabe will get to the Philippines. You will be there in USA. I tell you what, I really hope to. Just for change, not because we'll be back here. Ruth said, I want to get some good food. I want to get some good vegetables, and I'm so excited to get zucchini, and I want yellow squash, and I want to get arugula, and lettuces, and she says, I want some Gouda and some feta cheese. Ruth's telling me this yesterday. She said, I wish I'd get some feta, good mozzarella, and I want some good cheddar and provolone. And what's that one called? It's got the peppers in it. I used to buy in Hong Kong. Oh, jack cheese. I want some of that. I want good crackers, like the flavored crackers that you can buy. And I want to create this dish. And she's telling me all these things with the crackers and the different cheeses. And I want to create like my salsa dip. I used to create in Hong Kong for the Chinese. It was salsa with the cheese, and they loved it. They really went over it. It's like a kimchi. You know how they love the kimchi. She says it's really based on kimchi, but I took it up another level, added more tomato and spices in there. She says, I can't even get a good tomato. I said, I know, darling. You hear me complaining every day about that, right? She goes, I'm tired of hearing it, Tom. I said, I'm tired of hearing it from you too. We started laughing. Forget about the keeping your clothes nice. You can't. 8 years. R says, you got a hole in the back of this shirt. I said, it's time for me to get new clothes, but I can't find any that fit me. I did get some t-shirts 6 years ago. I'm still wearing from Jip Jam. James brought some down. Tom, I cannot get food buying from the store I shop at. When I buy grapes, they're already gone bad. Yeah, I understand that. And the same thing with produce here. Some of the produce is 3, 4, 5 days old before they even get it at the market here. And we're at a fresh place, guys. I'm at one of the best markets in the Philippines and some of the best seafood and I got to tell you, it's really lacking in that area. Really lacking in fresh. As many issues and annoyances we can come up with in this chat, I still love it here overall. Yeah, it's I love it, but it's time for a change for me and Ruth. Yeah, there's many issues and annoyances you come up with. After Pumpkin Joe, how long have you been here? I was talking to some of the bloggers. They were talking about they're going back. But how long have you been here? you'll find yourself after when you hit year 6, 7, somewhere around the 8. Mine will be 9 coming up soon. Years here, really quick, like next month. You will see. You'll have a different appeal on it, because what happens is that I find, because I'm always a person, I always see the glass clean and half full, not half empty, and always very positive. But I'm just bombarded with the guy yesterday went to deliver my propane, and he says the propane is $22. I said okay, so I gave him $22. So I paid it. Then he said, sir, delivery is $26. I go, what? I'm 700 feet from you. Well, we can't do that. We can't deliver. You need to pay another $26 to have it delivered. I said, I'm not paying $26 to have propane delivered. And he says, I said, well, I said, oh, that's okay. I see some guys working on a house. I walked over to his house over here. The guy's working. I said, hey, who wants to earn a couple hundred pesos? The guy says, all hands stood up. I said, I just need one. So grabbed him, brought it down here, brought it to the house. I gave him a couple hundred, and there's a bread store right around the corner. I said, go buy 300 peso of bread for them. I want to see it in the bag though, because I know you keep the money. He goes, no. I said, go buy them bread for everybody on the job site. So 500 peso. I'd rather give that guy 500 peso than pay the guy, which is $10, $26 to deliver. Every time we get bombarded, it's always a scam. We found out also yesterday that I'm paying for water for this house, and this house. I'm like, what? How am I paying that water for that? Why? Well, it's all hooked on the same line. I said, I paid last month. I said, I was wondering why this bill's so expensive. I said, I see the lines. I asked, I said, why those lines? Oh, you're paying water for all three. That is what annoyances, that's what gets you the most, because you got to have your guard up all the time. But I got to remember, I'm renting here. But here, get this, we're not at the house. Sorry for all the complaining. We're not at the house over in Marama. So bill comes in, it's the same price as it was when I lived there. So I guess it's the minimum payment on water and electric. When it comes to water line, you spray from around the pipes and protect leaks, earthquakes. See, it works. Spray what? Oh, foam! I wonder if I can spray foam in the top. Yeah. Tell her I'm on live stream. 6 years, Brother Tom. 6 years. Okay, 6 years. Okay. Wait a couple more. Just wait a couple more. That's all I'm saying, Pumpkin. So I guess I'm due. You're coming. It's coming. It's coming. Sounds like a slide. For me, I want to grade myself going to Philippines for the good or bad. Girls will be looking to talk to me. Hey, girls will talk to you. They will talk to you. Hey, Mark, no matter what, you'll have great experiences. That's the reason a lot of times guys are really enjoying themselves the most is with their ladies here, and enjoying it a lot. I pray it's 1,020, no delivery charge. Yeah. Our propane in Marama is you just pay $800, $850, and it's free delivery. Here where we're at, they charge for delivery. Don't know why. 300 pesos a month. Hey Tim, mine was about that. That's exactly right. But mine at the other house is 100 to 120, which is $2 and change. The electric, I guess, apparently is same here. I pay here about $60 to $80. It's a lot cheaper here than it is in Marama. So $60 to $80 here compared to 160, 170. It's gone up to 160, 170 now. But luckily I don't have to pay that, so I'm banking that money, if you know what I mean. And it's covering the rent for my new place here. But I enjoy it. I think of what it is I just get frustrated. Why would the guy want to charge me? And then I come home and I get the bill and I start inquiring about it, come to find out, oh, you're paying for these 3 houses. It's things like that that just wear on you and wear on you and wear on you. And when I went to, everything this last week died in appliances, so I'm really having a chore, a time with that, and it's really frustrating, you know. My propane lasts about 5 months. We get about 3 months on my propane, which is fairly good, but we cook sometimes a lot for family and a lot of friends or church, so the propane goes up. Ruth and I have the dual burners. She had 4 burners. She'd have them all going at one time because sometimes she cooks like different dishes, you know. We live in the U.S. The 2 things I do is not pay water and garbage. The Mark, I have garbage, right? And they will charge you a little for it. It's only cheap. If you can get them, come pick it up. Here, there's no pickup. There's nobody come picks up your garbage. You have to discard your garbage so you have to find a way. Here, there's no pickup. Even the other place where I live, even Davao, we had no pickup. I don't know why they didn't have pickup at a condo. I asked, I said, where do I put my garbage at the condo here? And they said, I don't know. I said, what do you do with the cans? Oh, just take it over there and put it by the dumpster. I go out the dumpster. It's piled higher than a tractor trailer. I ain't nobody picked up garbage at that place, and now you couldn't even get around. It stunk so bad, it's horrible. Rats, everything else. It was huge. Okay. That was in Davao. I go, wow, why? I just ordered some food from Shopping. It's couscous. Filipinos have no idea what it is. Just for me to get away from the rice. Hey, I want some couscous. I like couscous. Ruth made bread, fresh bread. She made croissants one day, and then she made dinner rolls. So I've been eating that for the last 2 or 3 days to get away from the rice. As you know, I don't eat the rice. Doctor told me don't eat the rice. If you eat any rice, brown rice only, or the red, or black. That's it. You eat anything else, all you're doing is killing yourself. Don't eat the white. So I've been trying, and it's impossible. And even the breads, don't eat the loaf bread here, you know, the small loaf bread. He said it's full of sugar. So I said, okay. I thought it was hot in the Philippines. Water would be warmer than it is. You know, it's so cold, isn't it? I took a shower yesterday by scoop, and no hot water. And I said, man. But luckily, some days, if you catch it just right, the water. Now see, my water it's strange. We don't have running water here. We have to trap it in barrels, but yet I pay the bill. Get this. We trap the water. There's no, in fact, it's all over where I live, not just here. The water runs, but it's drip, 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 drip. It doesn't run like that. So if you empty the 2 barrels that we have, you're out of water. So we got a 3rd barrel. And sometimes we get close on that. It empties out. So we have a time with that. So it's very frustrating for that. So, and it drips. So we only get it at nighttime. It's on a water program or something. Anyway, you only get water at night, and it drips. And so I have to get up at 2 in the morning and at 4 in the morning and either turn it off or, fill up the barrels and then go on. So I think, Pumpkin Joe, that is a frustration for me also. And I did at the other place, and I did in Davao also at the condos, One Oasis condos. The water there was so slow, and it would only run at night. So Ruth, we fill up the wash machines, and then it's just a process. It's schedules to take showers, and there's some days we try to take a shower a day, but not always because there's no water. So we just work it out, but I still pay the bill, right? Just waiting for my electric bill. It should be about $2,000. See, Tim, that's cheap. And you have aircon, right? Yeah, this will be about $4. It's been about $4, which is $80. The one at the other house is double that. So coming out of the pipes, it's drip. It's like drip, 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 like this, drip, drip, drip. But you wait, it'll fill up that barrel. Our water's free groundwater. We just have filters to make it drinkable. We're working to get 200-gallon propane tank full year. Most places don't deliver in our area. Yeah, you have to have it brought in. The thing I thought about was doing the same thing with propane at the house, just to get a bigger tank and have them come fill it. They do have a truck that come fill it, but the hose is not long enough to reach where we need to go. So it's like detriment. Back when I was, the house is 100% off grid, except for the water. And I can make that off grid 100%. And I can dig a well. But I don't want to do it because too much arsenic in it. Not arsenic, DDT. You can eat white rice just in small amounts, not every day too. Yeah, doctor said just eliminate it. He told me not to even eat it because of, especially here, arsenic. The arsenic. White rice has a lot of arsenic in it. In fact, there was they just did a health thing. I don't know if you guys saw it from the government. Said, watch the white rice, arsenic. 2,000 gallon, yeah. 2,000, that's a lot. We're at 16 feet elevation, South Carolina. No need to turn on the hot water for showering. I had in Florida, I never, as you know, I use hot water, but water out of the tap at cold was hot for me. And I don't know why, but it's always hot there. One thing I would need in the Philippines is hot water. Yeah. I have one of those tankless things in the bathroom, and it works well. You just have to clean out the filter a lot because a lot of sand and dirt. And I noticed here too, a lot of sand and dirt get in the things. And we bought a new filter thing for it, so when it goes on, you just change out the filters, and it works pretty well for the dirt because quite a bit of dirt and debris come down those pipes. And whatever you do, never drink this water. Never. It's full of all kinds of stuff. Dumaguete water pressures hit miss pretty bad up in Valencia and surrounding areas. Water's on and off till 10, about 5 to some nights. Yeah, it's completely off right now. It's off all day from 5 a.m. until sometimes 9:30 or 10 to 5. It'll be on and it's dripping. So I have to get up about midnight and then at 2 or 3, depending on how full it is, fill up, make sure all the barrels are full, help fill up the barrels to do laundry. And that's it. But even that, we turn it off. We don't have running water for sinks or anything. And I'm still paying a lot of money for it. So it's weird. I guess high money. Here in Agua Calientes, there are dumpsters that set up every corner and they're emptied every other day. See, that's really cool. I like that. Yeah, they don't have dumpsters here. I wish they did. They don't have garbage cans here. Some of the barangays are making the people put dumpsters, like one of my saying, bin in front of the businesses to help keep the city more clean and things like that. And the same old story, New craze U.S. dumpster dive near many food places. I tell you what, there's not only that, right for the food, yeah, because of the economy, but right on the other sense. Hey, I was looking online. Did you know there's, according to statistics here in July of this year, I thought it was more than this, guys. You guys tell me, is that thing wrong? 582,000 people are homeless in the States. I figured it'd be like 10 million or 20 million. Here, almost 7 million homeless here. Isn't that something? We see them all over. They're all over. Sleeping in the areas, sleeping in the parks and the benches and everything else here. They're all over. Did you have a lot of that in Duma? Davao, there was quite a bit. In the parks. Well, around People's Park, there was places there that people would sleep, and which is, it's okay. I mean, you have to do what you have to do. Where I live right now, I do have a garbage pickup once a week. You must take it to the truck, which shows up on Sunday morning about 5 o'clock, only about 10 pesos. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. I do that. I pay the guy to do that. It's okay, right? It's okay. A rice bag full of garbage and 15 peso. Hey, that's okay. I pay the 15 peso for sure. I think that's good. I think that if they come up with, and I know they pick them up at the restaurants and they pick them up at the businesses, I think, but I don't know when they do and how they do it here. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, imagine the malls. I know they have to have garbage pickup, but we did have it at one time at one time that I was aware of in Marama, at some areas, but they surely don't come out my way, and they surely don't come out. Some other friends of mine that are Americans there, they're now gone, but they ask me, where do you take your garbage? We've had garbage for a year and we don't have a place to take our garbage. I said, well, here, there, this place, but I think that there probably should be some type of program. Maybe there is for garbage, but I'm very careful about, we make sure to separate our plastics, and we burn about everything can be burnable, even the heavy plastics. And then once it's burnt, it didn't burn up, we take that and put that in a bag, and it's separated from the other bag. So we got, you got a bag of cans. I mean, you know how the cans are here. Little cans like this, you got like 100 of them bad boys in there for a month or two. Because, if you don't eat a can every day, you have it every couple of days, right? So you get at least 15, 20 cans a month or more. I wouldn't know what happens at night. I stay instead of running the streets to keep Happy home. Me too, man. I don't know too much what's going on outside my house. I just try to stay in. I don't want to go out there. In the States, no worries. I go anywhere. And no matter what, even in Chicago and New York, I was out and about everywhere. But even in Buffalo, no worries. But you don't go out in the wintertime in Buffalo, you might get stuck to a tree or something. Cold water has many benefits, maybe why people just look so young. It helps the skin there. Exactly. Just hard to get used to. Yeah, it helps the skin all right. You squeeze right on up. It was so cold yesterday. I said, I'm only going to take, they call this half bath. If you go from here down, it's a half bath. If you go all the way up, that's full bath. I said, did you take a half or full? Or it's just, I took half. It's too cold. I asked Ruth, did you take half? She goes, no, I took full, but it was cold. It was cold. And I said, I took full. And all the water was gone, and we're all complaining. Do have some homeless sleep on the boulevard in Park area. Yeah, they had there in Duma. I know that in Marama they actually take them and they ship them. They put them on a what they call a wing van, which is a big, 30-footer, and they just load all the transients and people up, and then they take them up to the mountains, and that's how they dispose of the people that are homeless in our area. Or they'll take them to another out somewhere and drop them off. That's exactly what they do. And then those people will make encampments on somebody's ground or wherever, and that's how they survive and do that. It's sad that they do that, but that's exactly what they do. They take sometimes they'll take and just do all the mountain people that come out of the mountain, all the beggars, and they'll grab all of them and they'll load them all in the trucks and they'll take them somewhere else. That's what they do in Rock. They said, no, that's all the transits. And there was like four big wing vans loaded up headed towards Malai, and they had them all loaded up, and they're going to take them and dump them off somewhere. That's how they get rid of the homeless and transients in the area, because they want the city to grow. And I guess it seems to work, because the city is growing and it's getting an airport, and hopefully it'll be done in the next 4 years, 5 years. You know how to get rid of garbage? Start your own garbage pickup company when you want to make money. I for the longest time, I buried it. I dig me a hole, or have one of the guys dig me a hole about 4 or 5 feet deep, and throw it in there. But we stopped doing it because we're hitting water. Yeah. I said, this is ridiculous. I said, what do we do with it? So finally I went to Barangay Captain and talked to him. He says, well, they're supposed to be. I said, what do you do with your garbage? He says, I do the same thing you do. I said, can you not come up with a program where you put something? So eventually he did. Now there's a program that you can take it to him, but it's a process. It's a pain in the neck. They go through each bag, one item at a time. I said, I ain't doing that again. U.S. homeless numbers are off the cuff statistics, not counting the visitors from across the border. Also keep numbers low. Yeah, T.L. Roy, was if I only I mean I figured 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. Heck, there's 7 million here that are homeless, according to statistics here. But I don't know what is true and what's not true. I just thought Bill, with the heat here in the Philippines, water would be more lukewarm. R, come get Omer. He's barking. I hear somebody in the house. Hold on a minute. Let me let him out of the room. Hold on. Okay. There. Sorry about that, guys. I had to let him out. Somebody's here, so Omer's letting him know this is my house. Crab mentality, Mark King. Let's see. Chicago made me nervous, Tom. I stayed there one day and then traveled needlessly. Yeah, Chicago wasn't bad for me. I mean, I had to go up there because of my job that I had, and there's offices there I had to go to, but it was not bad for me. I mean, you know, there was bad areas, just like there is anywhere, just like there is anywhere you are in the world, and it was okay. I could get around pretty good, and I never really had a problem. Even down in Miami or some of the other places, I never had a problem. I mean, look at me at night, man. I've been cleaning hoods, restaurant hoods at some of the really, some bad areas, Burger Kings, McDonald's, in some bad areas down in Miami. And never got bothered too much. I mean, you know, you stand your own and stand your ground. You know, just do your thing. We used to burn our trash out here, but the house is so big now we're not allowed to burn. I fancy because we have trash. Hey, Bill, you're coming up in the world, man. Good for you. Good for you. Bill, I just see your steaks. That's all I imagine. When I hear your name, I'm thinking of steaks. When we were there, a lot of people were picking up garbage too when you can stop doing it yourself. Yeah, there was a guy, they were picking up garbage. I asked him to come down here and I would give him the garbage for free because they'll pay you. In other words, the guys come pick it up, they'll pay you. They'll give you like 10 pesos for all your garbage. I said, no, you come get it for free, keep your money, because that's what I do. Take it. You keep your money and just take it. And I give them all kinds of stuff they can get extra money out of. But you know how that is. Get rid of the homeless here. They just ship them all to New York City, Washington. They might. I mean, that's what they do in Roanoke. That's how they get rid of the homeless. They just ship them off to another county. Do you think DD thinks deep and ice cold? I screamed the first time I took a shower there, ice cold. I screamed too. Did you scream like a girl? I did. I screamed like a girl. I tell you what, I did scream a few times, like, oh, like. I had to burn trash living out on a farm before, not something I enjoyed. Yeah, the guy told us, he says, now be careful about burning your trash. You can only do it this time and this time because they have trash police, like burning leaves police. I go, really? Oh yeah, there's a person in every block. I go, really? Where are they at? Why they can make the people pick up the trash over there then? You know? It's like, yeah. No, just for burning. Oh, burning. So apparently burning is not allowed. You know, so there you go. Captain Billy Jack, how you doing, man? Long time no hear. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for coming on. Captain Billy. How's things with you, man? I did. Rose laughed at me. My girlfriend at the time had hot water on demand, but they didn't use it. Yeah, because it costs money. I didn't do it in the beginning, but I eventually went out and purchased one because it just got to the point, just too cold, just too cold. And I know even Ruth said the same thing. Said, can we buy one? I said, yeah, we can buy one. Captain Billy Jack, yeah. Turn it on for me. Hello, how are ya, Tim D? See, they don't want to waste the power to heat it. That's exactly right. And of course, I got stuck in a public CR and no. Hey, you guys ever notice that? Stuck in the bathroom with no toilet paper? I got to where I decided that I was not going to not going to use toilet paper one time. And I said, this is ridiculous. You got to use something. So what I started doing is carrying wet naps. So Ruth's deal now is she buys a pack of wet naps, and she gives us the small packs. It's like this. It comes like, I don't know, 20 or 30 of those in a pack. And it's sufficient. So if you needed to, I always got that in my pocket. Phone, wet naps in the Philippines. If you have phone and wet naps in the Philippines, you're set. You don't need water. You'll find some bottled water somewhere. Warren, RCG, good morning. High five, high five. Good to see you. Thank you for coming on, man. I went to shock when I noticed all this steam coming off of me, and I realized how hot I really was. I know. I had a heat stroke, and when I was younger, so if I get hot, didn't mow. I tried to cut the grass with a pair of shears the other day. My weed eater is over there, but we're cutting the grass. I said, I can't sit out here and do this all day. It's just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Cut this yard of this grass, these things. I said, when you go back, bring the weed eater and we'll cut it. So she cut it. She cut every bit of it by herself. I said, I'm not set out there. Well, number one, I can't get on the ground. Number two is cutting that with a pair of like this. I mean, I've seen people out there with a pair of scissors cutting their grass. The whole yard. It takes them 2-3 days. Been up too busy preparing for winter this weekend, putting up a 2-car garage in the farm business. Wow, Captain Billy, good for you, man. High five. I'm happy for you. Glad everything is well. Good. So if and when I get to the States and I need someone to help me build a garage that I may be living in, I'm going to call you. Background, okay. I'm at the opposite spectrum every time. I feel safe here at night, and it's opposite in the States. I used to love motorbike riding at night, so with no traffic to contend with. Yeah. I feel safe depending where I'm at here, and I feel safer in the States, and I understand exactly. I understand. You feel safer here. To me, but for me, the places I've been may not have been the worst places. You know what I mean? But I did clean restaurant hoods, all over the place. Well, in the Southeast, Carolinas, I had trucks, and Georgia and Alabama, down into Florida. We did all the Burger Kings and McDonald's and things like that. And that was just 2 contracts. But there were some places that were pretty bad, I have to say. There in Jacksonville, there's a couple places pretty bad. The guys were telling me. But nobody ever got hurt or anything. But here, it's not the people that are after you. It's the people that are drunk. And you got to be careful with that. It's like guys setting down, I think, Joe, you did a video on this, setting down drinking with the locals. You got to be very careful with that. You start drinking with the locals, you may find yourself in unfamiliar territory that may not be good for you as an American or foreigner, any kind of foreigner, because they'll want money, demand money, and things like that. If you guys got hurt. What apps are the worst thing for the septic system? System, make sure you throw them away in the trash. I tell you what, I did a septic system, and it's an Americanized septic, and it worked fine. It did really good. It does really good well. I had a problem on one side of it coming from the Blessing House, and I had to unstop it, and it was fine, but it got to the point to where it was like stopping up, and I said, what is causing that? Come to find out that we had so much rain and debris that branches and sticks had lifted up and went into one of the screens that I had and stopped up the screen. So we had to dig down and unclog that. And I dug the trench, had the guys dig it deeper. It was deep, but as you know, here in the Philippines, and I had them replace the screen on it because you don't want rats crawling up in there and everything else, and then dig it to the street. So the reclaimed water in a box, and reclaimed water goes out to the street. Clean. Very clean. Very clean. How about solar heaters? They are all over the place here in Mexico. I tell you what, they have solar heaters here, but rarely used. It's not got to that point yet. It should, but it's not got to that point yet. It's like one of those things, when it eventually gets to that point, you're going to see more solar heaters being used here. Right now, I don't. They use more solar powered for turbines for the canals and things like that, for water drainage, water for the rice paddies, rice fields. Socks. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't worn a pair of socks. I even stopped wearing socks going to church. I just wear my shoes and my long pants and my nice dress shirt. I'm set. Compressed towel tablets. Just add a few drops of water and expand 4 times the size of wet nap. The tablet the size of a quarter. Hey, yeah. T.L. Roy, I got some of them. Was it you sent me some of those? Somebody sent me some of those. I got like 100 of those things. And R and Ruth still uses them. The kids, the nephews and nieces took them like crazy. Throw them in their purses. I said, those are mine. They said, Daddy, we need these. We need these. I need them from school. I need them from a college. I see locals cutting grass with their hands. The only time I've done that was a platoon punishment in the Army. I don't drive anymore. Yeah, I don't drive either. Not here. No more. I will absolutely have to. I will drive. I never wear sandals or flip-flops outside their stink foot. I tell you what, mine was stink foot this morning because I got out there by the septic system and it was many water out there. It was improperly built, okay? This box. No kind of drainage or anything. I don't know. So I don't understand the Filipino. Why don't they put drains? Why don't they put a leach field? They don't put leach fields on their septics here. And they just put a box in the ground. One box. Sometimes they'll put a 2-boxer. You know, they'll have 1 box and a 2-boxer, and that's it. No drains. Sorry, my avatar changed. I just switched to my computer. Oh, it's okay, Pumpkin Joe. Baby wipes or wet naps. They work either one. I love it. Hey, I know you do. Well, Bill, I'll tell you what. When we move next door to you, you'll have to help me. Joke. Okay. Was you, TL? Yeah. TL, thank you so much for all the wonderful things that you sent us. In fact, the benefits of those is incredible, and it's being used by everybody today. And I don't even want to tell you the wood screws and how important those wood screws are. They're cherished like gold. My family wanted those so bad in my drill. I said, you're not getting my wood screws. Those are cherished because they don't have that here. No quality screws of any kind. Well, you buy them. You buy 4 or 5 screws for $1 or $2 or $3. But, you know, the box full of screws, wood screws. Indoor and outdoor. Outdoor screws you use in any kind of wonderful 3-inch, 4-inch there. Mars, good morning. Boom. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You sent me quite a bit, and I thought it was you. And I tell you what, there was when we got that, people were digging in there, right? And I said, guys, stay out of my box because it'd be right at the corner of my house. And eventually, I went outside, and man, all the kids were in that box looking at everything and grabbing stuff and everything else. I said, you know, put that stuff back and leave my screws alone. You know, the screws itself is golden for me. We have used those immensely. And quality products from the United States of America or from China, wherever that stuff comes from, is worth gold because you put a nail in the wood here. They don't even have good quality nails here. It's made with, what metal is that? Oscillfinch that bends really, Olga would know. The nails are just poor quality. So I drank with locals, was with the police chief and a bounty hunter, and they bought my drinks. Local, sorry, so I made new friends. Hey, Bill, good for you, man. High five. I know of a couple of guys they did, and one Filipino got the American and had him in the corners. Give me some money. We need some more Emperador. And the guy says, I'm not giving you no more money. He says, okay. And he hit him. So I like, wow. He says, I'm not doing that again. I said, yeah, I told you not to get involved in that stuff before. It's not funny, but I told him. Mediocrity seems to be a standard when it comes to construction. Yeah, just to get it done, just to get it up. Pumpkin Joe did a video the other day. Check out his channel. He did one where the whole house is $400. You know, mock-on block, and I'm sure they'll get the concrete in the bottom floor. I didn't see it finished. The roof, metal roof, just $400 for a whole house, and that's really the standard here. Rats, they just deal with the rats. They just deal with them. I can't. It's hard for me to deal with the rats. I'm not familiar with rats. We didn't have them when we first moved here in the first place. The second place we had a few, but not really here. And these places I've been recently, every place solid full of rats. It's solid. I've stopped up every hole. That Power Great stuff, I got to go get a can of that to eliminate some of the holes they have. You know, even in this place here, we encountered probably half a dozen where they're coming in at night and find a way in. As you know, there's invaders. They attack everything. One drive-through CDO will make most Americans leave. Yeah. The rude taxi drivers, motorcycles cutting you off around the stations are horrid. I tell you what, Bill, same in Davao. It was the same up in Naga when we were up there, and believe it or not, it was just horrible. What is it with these attitudes? What's going on? Just about everywhere we've gone, everybody seemed to have an attitude. I don't know. I don't know if it's the nature of the economy or what. It's just all over. A couple guys from Bahrain were talking to me. They're Filipino from their work from Bahrain. It's amazing. You know how many Filipino drivers are from Bahrain here, where they're finished their service there? They're telling me these people are crazy here. We got to get out of here. We're going to go back to Bahrain. It's like, I said, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's horrid. I tell you what, Bill, it is. It's horrid. I'm glad you're able to make use of items. DLA worked out really well. It worked out really well. In fact, I still have some cherished items I'm holding on to. You should do a live stream on the reason to stay here, Tom, both sides viewpoint. Okay, I do. Tell me some reasons why a person should stay here, Pumpkin Joe. Positive influence, positive things. Let's see, let's start. Great culture, great people, great environment. In some cases, depending on where you live. City or province life is good, depending on where you live. You can live in a city, great, like Iloilo, some of the great places up there. We liked it, it's beautiful. Duma, not for us. There's just too many expats down there. That's a negative, sorry. Trying to think some other positive points. The 52 to dollar, I think it's, what is it now, 54 or 56? 56 and 57 to the dollar ratio. That is a key. Positive things. What other positive things can I say? Help me out, Mark. I have plenty of family members that things got ugly. Drinking friends, neighbors is a no-go for me. Yeah, I'm glad I don't drink either. I check out this channel right now. Yeah, check out his channel. Don't have any cats, so the cats are around. Yeah, we had we got a couple of them, but Omer keeps them at bay. She keeps them all at bay, if you know what I mean. She keeps them out and about, and he keeps them like away. And I said, no, they're friends. But at nighttime, they come in the yard. There are rats in our area, down the trash site. Some cats here now have no more rats. I tell you what, those rascals, they're invaders for sure. California, pub, Public Joe is a guy. It's called Pumpkin Joe. Pumpkin Joe, Philippines. His name is Joe. Him and his wife have 2 beautiful babies. They live in, I think they live in Mindinao now. Was living in Duma. And he's got 2 beautiful babies, and he's living out in the province now with his wife. You can probably click on his channel link. I think you still do that and get to his channel and check out his channel. He does great videos. He says he can't do live streams, but he can do good live streams. If that makes some sense when you say run away from Philippines, rats and never been to New York at all. I tell you what, New York, Florida's got some big ones too. Florida's got some the roof rats, you guys know, that walk across the lines. They have those here that go in the trees for the fruit, but there's plenty of those there. I just need to find some good traps. I'm trying to find the box traps. You guys understand that? Or just go in the hole and they can't come out and there's a trap in there, there's food in there, it takes care of them. I'm trying to find those. I can't seem to find them. We found one, but the quality was, you go like this and it popped open like that. So we couldn't catch the rat. Rat tore it up, I guess. Maybe too big, I don't know. But I'm trying to find the boxes that you put around like a restaurant and trapping them and then just have them eat the decon and get rid of them and then dispose of them and then just do that. And that gets rid of them instead of, or trapping them. But the traps they have here are too small. I had one here, but the rat was, you know, bigger than the trap, so carried it away. Driven to California, traffic is bad, but not too blatant. That's why the cheap new drivers don't care. Bill, there was a guy said, I'm coming to you, but I can't. I just got in an accident. And the taxi. So ordered another one. And I said, this guy comes here, his hood's popped open. There's dents all around the car. I said to myself, I don't know if I want to ride with this guy. You know, there's all the dents in it, but we got there safely. But yeah, have you ever seen a taxi cab here in the Philippines that's had no dents in it? For me, retirement, quality of life, cheap bills for the West, but not Mindinao. Slower pace, laid back lifestyle for my life in the West. Yeah, you could actually have that. I tell you what, Joe. My environment is this. I'm an RVer. I'm an outdoorsman. I'm a preppy, standalone. You know, put me in the middle of the field in the desert. Well, I'll figure it out. And that's the kind of guy I am. I mean, I want to, you know, give me some water. I can figure it out. Because, you know, I lived in Arizona. We used to go on these big, long trips. My dad taught me a lot about how to survive out in the desert and things like that. And my dad was, well, he's, you know, Army. So he taught me what he learned in the Army, in World War II. But I learned a lot. And so I'm kind of like one of those guys. Setting foot, I need open instead of laying down in a hammock I can't, I mean, guys got a hammock here. I can't lay in that thing. Number 2 is when I do lay in it, it breaks. I'm too heavy. 260 now. I need to lose some weight. Oh, Michael Onstead. How you doing, my good friend? High five. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. How you doing, Michael? Good to see you. Good to see you. I drink, but I cut it way down to get stuff done. Yeah, okay. Quit smoking cold turkey. Have more fun now, getting more work done. Yeah, Bill. It does. It hinders you, and it changes your mindset. Because then you start craving it all the time, right? Getting too busy for our taste too. Many foreigners, like you said, it makes the cost of living difficult. Or Florida see the cost of Mindinao versus the boot. Yeah, Mindinao can be costly. It's costly for me. When we were up in the Visayas and places like that, we found that some areas are really costly. And a lot of resorts are still closed down, sad to say. You can't book them. We book one, it's closed. And we go there and it's closed. I mean, but we did stay at some nice ones. We actually had a time booking some of them and getting there. You know, where you wait on the ship. We have to wait. It'll be at 4 o'clock today. So, okay, we're there at 4 o'clock. Oh, sorry, sir. It's 4 o'clock tomorrow. What? 4 o'clock tomorrow? Okay. We'll be back here tomorrow. No worries. So we get there the next day. No worries. I'm not complaining. I didn't complain. I didn't say a word. Left at 11 o'clock that night. So that's the time. I hunted with my country boy, raised his dad as a kid, being away from the city, employment for me, being out in the province, my wife's being out in the woods with my dad. Awesome Pumpkin Joe. See, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. For me, it's too jungly. Mosquitoes, of course you have them in Florida like crazy too. But I more than the mountain ranges and things like that. I am into the mountains, I'm into all that stuff, but I'm more into the drier areas, I think is what I'm trying to say. More dry, the rains and the sliding, the mudslides and things like that. We went hiking in one area, we couldn't even get up the thing, and the guy said, it's just too muddy, it's too much rain. So, but there are some great, beautiful areas, but many great waterfall areas you can go to here, many great parks. Getting to them, it can be a challenge, but once you get there, you're fine. It can be a challenge, but there are many great places to go that we've been to. Our favorite, believe it or not, of all the places we've been in Cebu and up in Visayas and all the places we've been to, is we like it. There's one place over in Enchanted, we like Enchanted River, and that's our favorite place here. So I enjoy traveling and doing things like that and going out, being with other people. And I think a part of it, Joe, is I miss the groups, the grouping. I love my wife and I love my daughter, but there's no other groups. In other words, I'm not in. There's no coffee groups where I can meet other Americans that I'm aware of. There's no group of people that I can meet that in the area. So, like when I go see Big Kev up there in Kentucky, he's going to buy me a cup of coffee, and I'm going to buy him a cup of coffee. Hello, Big Kev. High five, my friend. Good to see you. Glad to see you. And you have some great streams too. And when in the world are you going to get monetized? I thought you should be monetized by now on your channel, my friend. You have enough. You have enough watch hours, surely to goodness. I love the desert. Grew up in the desert. I can grill a rattlesnake like you wouldn't believe. Finley cooked tilapia with a hen of chicken. I tell you what, my father taught me. Guy was incredible. He said, told me about lizards and what to eat and where to find the water and how to find the water, what is the best way, and how to sleep, and that's important too. What areas to sleep in. But we would be up all over the desert there, and we'd go up in Nevada. We had my auntie had a big ranch, a big ranch, with thousands of head of cattle. But we'd go up there on that property and ride horses, and he would just teach me all kinds of stuff, and I would learn a lot. So it gave me that adventure, the cowboy spirit, and that's what I have. I have that cowboy spirit. I can't stay. I need to not necessarily get on the horse again. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just getting in the car and doing something different. In my 20s, I was doing martial arts and lifting weights. Wow. Warehouse starting those every time I stepped out palace. I was in baking some boards on it. I tell you what, Mark, good to you, man. You look like you probably would do something like that. Be athletic and very active. So, and I know you're planning on coming here, and if you get here, you got to come see me. Randy Conrad, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good morning. And all good. Rick Morris, good morning. Thank you for coming on, Rick and Randy. Good to see you guys. Big Kev, how's Miss Mars? Isaac, good morning, my friend. High five. Good to see you, man. Until now, my man told me to stay off the pallets. Hey, Mark, stay off them pallets. And quit breaking the pallets with your head. Randy Conrad, Pumpkin Joe. I know some guys in Davao and Cebu. I don't know how they get so many toxic groups there and do me that. I basically avoid them. I'm sad to say. Yeah, there are guys that are toxic that do that. But You just don't associate. I think what it is I think it's the communication part. Whether they're toxic or sad or whatever, I can handle it. You know, somebody's toxic. Listen, I I've been through many guys that are toxic since I lived here. Me, a lot more than you think that I am being negative about the Philippines. I'm telling the truth about the Philippines. You know, like what happened to my water, what happened to my appliances, what happened in travels, waiting on this, waiting on taxis. I mean, everything is true. I'm not making this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. You can't think this stuff up. So when I'm talking to the guys, if they're toxic, it's okay. I just let it roll off the back. But I don't let it involve me or change my influence. I make my own decisions on what I want. So if I go this morning, the guy says, I'm going to charge you 26 bucks to deliver that, and I'm 700 feet away, I'm saying, I don't think so. Not today. I'll go pay somebody else 26 bucks before I give you 26 bucks because you're scamming me. That's what I said. Huh. What happened to your place the minute I made you left your house? Isaac, I know, you're just, I know. I left my house because of safety issues. Safety issues. And what that means is I left my house because of safety. And that's another thing, Pumpkin Joe. You never know what can happen to you. You never know. You think you're all good and golden, and then bam, one thing changes overnight. And it changed. So, ours in a better school. It worked out better for us, actually. Ours in a better school. We're in a better environment, and we're happier, and we do more things, and we're so excited to be more in the city than in the province. Because province life is great and fantastic, but you get, it's 11. Can I take a nap? I already did my exercise. I ran, I read my book, I did this, I did that. That's me in province. It's 11, okay. Maybe I can take it to 3, my nap till 3. Ruth say, yeah, we'll eat whatever. Even she got like that. So, action, I don't want to do that. Big Cav, hello. Rick Morris. Rick, how you doing? How is family? How is life? Good to see you, and thank you for coming on, my good friend. I guess I'm like the guy they call Cookie on all the Westerns. I can make a meal out of anything. Just learn to growing up resources. And you know what, Bill? Where you're at, there's plenty of resources there. And you know what? I enjoy your cooking. And I enjoy watching you do those cooking. You should do some more videos about cooking, Bill. You do a good job there. But Isaac, I do want to tell you this, and I will say this. I would say that my environment was everything easy and everything was fine and fantastic until one day something happened that caused a problem with my safety of me and my family. And so we had to leave, okay? And that's really it. I will tell the whole story, which is a long and drawn out story, and you guys probably will not believe it, but it is a true story, a very true story when I get to the States. I can't say it here. I've contacted the embassy, I've contacted everybody, but I just have to tell you that it is incredible. And so I can't really talk about it. But so when I get to the States, I'm gonna tell my whole story. And you guys won't believe it. But cooking all the Westerns was really I enjoy watching, I sit and watch my Westerns. I've watched the Band of Brothers, the Pacific, Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg movies. I've been watching those to keep busy. I've been walking. But it's more action where I'm at. I can go to the mall. I can go to the movies. I can go drink coffee and chit chat with the wall. I did find an American, but he was from Portland, and he was complaining about the same things I'm talking about. But he is headed back to Portland with his family, and I met him last time I was at the mall, and he said, it's so funny, I wish I knew you were here, I would be with you, but we're heading back to the States for good now because of health reasons. Health reasons meaning health care, no health care. So he said, I can go to the States and I can get my health care covered where it's not covered here, and I'm old. So, does your wife have local businesses? Yes. She did. She did. Mario, she did. She actually had one at one time selling clothes, and it did really well. Started a few stalls and parks, making about $1,500 a month. A few parks, that's about $9K. Yeah, we did the okay and things like that. We do have a couple other businesses like windows. We're doing windows, and it's making about it depends, 100 so something like that a month, 200 a month. I was in Taliban Bahol from July, Isaac, till August. Now back in Australia. Taliban Bahol was really simple and peaceful life living province. It was really nice to hear that, Isaac, and I'm happy, and I'm happy for you. My friend Daniel just left there. He was there up in the mountains there, and he's back in the States. Safety is always first, Kevin. Big Kev, you kind of know about what I'm talking about because you're past a little bit. You're past. All right, so Mario, good morning. Oops, Mars. True Tom, I live in a gated in Negros. I feel safe, but of course I'm paying 24-hour cards. Hey, R, would you close that door, please? HR is something, so security factor will remove. Yeah, I tell you, yeah. We had luckily, our family, we have so many family members locally that okay. But, you know, RR, would you close my door, please? The aircon is running. I'm already submitted a doctor's apply for a marriage license in Behold. Good for you, man. Good for you. High five. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I hope it works out fantastic for you there, Isaac, and I hope everything is great. In this beautiful area. Beautiful area. I have not made it to Behold yet. A few videos about making homemade mashed potatoes and biscuit gravy. I also make many ways to make anything you want, just a campfire. Hey, Bill, how about just showing people how to make a campfire? You know? Tagagatai. I can't even say it right. Don't need AC. Veggies, fresh seafood. Manure fresh. Only blackout was in January 2020 volcano. Wow. Good for you, Van. So, no need ACs. Veggies are fresh. Good. Seafood. But boy, menu fresh. Only blackout. Good for you, man. The blackout situation in Maramug is still at its peak. 1 to 2 a day every day. We get notifications on it for our solar system. So it is down. Solar, I get it through my internet. So I don't know what's going on there with the power. I don't have any power outages here. No power outages here. We've had 2 power outages in 3 months. Three months and change. Good for you, man. I'm happy for you, man. 1 hour from embassy. Are you really? Are you? So you're like, okay, I know where you're at then. Okay, I did not know that. I'm only 5'7". A co-worker, that was in my face, of 6 feet. Oh, met me work for other workers. I told him I'd kick him. You probably could. Can you still do it, Mark? It'd been like 1 inch from his face, but he moved so I barely touched him. He said, oh, wow. So you can kick, Mark? Wow, Mark. I know not to mess with you. Hey, I tell you what, Mark. If I go anywhere, I'm taking you. Not like him. I had a lot of friends after that one kick. I bet so. I will never move back to the States. Probably visit family at some point, but would find another country to live if I leave the Philippines. Get this thing working in Dubai again. Oh, I understand. I understand. Nothing wrong with that. I understand exactly what you're saying. Nothing wrong with that, man. There's many beautiful countries. Some are headed to Thailand. 2 went to Mexico. 2 guys I know went to Mexico. They just arrived there. They're single, though. They're not married. I said, really? Over the Philippines? Yeah, we're going to Mexico. They didn't have any luck here in the Philippines. I said, for women, really? He goes, I think they were little playboys, if you know what I mean. I met them at the mall. I can make a campfire in my backyard. I guess it couldn't hurt to film it. Why not? You know a lot of people that cannot start a fire without a match or a thing. Can you start a fire? Which I know you can. Tom will get insight from front yard. Wow. Wow, Van. There's no way I can do it now. I'm not in that same shape. Yeah. I've seen a few foreigners had to move when they had failed relationship with the local. Yeah. Had so much family and friends in the area, the foreigners' name was trashed at that point. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes things just happen like that where relationships just didn't work, or someone would say something, or something happened and it caused someone to cause, that frustration and pain. And people will break up over that, and it's understandable. Nothing's perfect, and nothing's going to be constant, because eventually all things are going to change anyway. And we just hope that you enjoy the time that you have here, and enjoy your environment, enjoy things. Ruth and I enjoy our environment. We enjoy things. We enjoy going to the restaurants, the nice restaurants, and it's not every day, but like anniversary or Christmas, and enjoy cooking some things together and having some good times like that. So Mars, how's Miss Mars? Chick boys. Yeah. Okay, Rick, have a good one, my friend. See ya. Thank you for stopping by, Rick. My Filipino fiance and I was talking about you, and she knows your channel. We thought we'd visit you on your family Mindinao, but we don't know where you're going to leave Mindinao. I tell you what, Isaac, I would like that anytime. I will send me an email at young.tom, and I'll tell you what area I'm in, and then you're in this area, you can yell. And when you come back, and if we're here, I'll give you updates on it. It'll probably be a while before we're actually there in the States. This way, USCIS is working, and all the stuff that's happening there. I guess an influx of. I received notification from someone I know very well in that arena, and they were telling me that their influx is just incredible of people wanting to go to the United States of America. It's just overwhelmed. They said they're just overwhelmed with people, and they got that not care attitude at USCIS. And I said they must have it from day one. They said no, because there's no people that are working there now. So I can start a fire with a magnifying glass. Yeah. And my arms don't get too tired from rubbing two sticks together. My dad was teaching me one time, and I was having a time with the wood, and he said, "You're doing it all wrong, man. Don't waste your energy." And he's telling me, he says, "Do it this way." And so he's showing me how to do it, and I go, "Oh, it is easier." It's easier when you know how to do something like that. And I said, "I'm always going to have a macho dad." He said, "What if you don't?" I said, "Okay." But he's right. What if you don't? Water was the only thing that really concerns me a lot of times, is finding water. We're looking at a place up in Sholo. It's $5,000 for an acre. In Arizona, it's $5,000 for an acre. And you can pay $200 a month, and until it's paid off, no interest. It's, so it's going to be cold. Water, there's water, you just have to put in septic. In electric there, you have to electric. But I would do solar, but solar would probably be 6 months out of the year because of the sun. Not that. Hope to see you last month. We're so tired and stressed with Davos City. We went the opposite ways, see Cliff and River. Yeah, I understand that, Joe. It's okay. I understand. I understand how things are, and I understand how things work out. And then you got your babies, and it's stressful. If we get in that neck of the woods, I'll yell. And if we get back in that neck of the woods, I'll yell again to you, and we'll meet and do a video. And I tell you what, you do all the pros of living in the Philippines, and I'll do the cons. It'll be fun. We'll collab like on the same thing. You'll say a pro, and then I'll say a con. You say a pro, and I'll say a con. Then at the end, we'll say, it's all good, no matter where you live. No matter where you live, it's good. You make your own environment. Really. We'll include your family in our prayers, my friend. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate that. Thank you. There are so many ways to make fire with using matches, yeah. I went to the mountains outside Lakewood, Zamboanga, to surf for a month, and loved it. Cool temps in the mountains, plenty of places to swim. Yeah, this beautiful place. There's some areas, though, that is really, really, really off the beaten path. Is beautiful there. Ruth has family there. In fact, her uncle is a mayor there. So, very familiar. Beautiful area, beautiful places. Yeah, so we'll do a video, we'll collab and do it. But I gotta have coffee though, so we gotta figure out a place we can do coffee or something and good internet. The thing is, I've been buying this one coffee that I love. It's a Arabica, and it's grown here in Mindinao, and it is really good coffee. You would wear as much water as you can use to make fresh water from the ocean water. You can make right. You know, you would think there would be a way for them to do that. The desalination plant like they have in Tampa, Florida. There's so much more water air than water in the oceans. Yeah. I don't know, Mark, would there be air humidity up in Sholo though? I don't think it'd be no humidity up there, right? It's all dry air. In Florida, it was never a problem making water, right? Just my dad taught me about the canopy and the plastic and water and the desert. He actually showed me. Mom didn't like it. She didn't like it. She was like, get me back somewhere it's normal, But my mother enjoyed cooking, and she would cook, some really nice meals and would campfire and things like that. And fish, fish. Learned to fish with just a string and no bobber or anything, but he even taught me how to make a bobber out of thicker wood. And then just stuff. If there was air and water in a dry place, okay. We had a storm here, and talking about water, was it Sunday? What day was it? Sunday? It was this powerful storm came through. I mean, trees, you could hear the coconuts falling out of the trees. I mean, it was really a big storm. And it was like, what the heck's going on? And water was coming in one part of the area of the roof there. And I told the landlord that we can fix that very easy. He said, yeah, just sent a couple of guys and they fixed it. But it was really a bad storm. We had a lot of rain here. A lot of rain. That don't have more water than other places, yeah. Ben, I just happened to notice there's 169 people on here today. Wow. It's great. It's fantastic. 241 likes. It's fantastic. Are you planning to settle down? No, just to work. Ruth wants to get her Social Security there. She has to work five years. They don't have to be consecutive. They can be 6 months in the U.S. and 6 months here. 6 months in the U.S., 6 months here. And they all add up to 5 years. Once she gets that 5 years in, she can have her Social Security. That's what we're doing. And I want RR to actually go to better schools, actually. I'm doing this for them, more than me. It seemed like that I'm talking about me all the time. But I'm doing this for them. I'm not doing it for me. Because, like Pumpkin Joe, if I died today, how much money, if you died today, how much money would you have for your wife and your kids? $250,000? $500,000? How long will it last them? $1 million? Dollars, US dollars. I'm not talking about peso. How long will they survive? So, if I say I have $200,000 in the bank, how long would Ruth and RR survive on that? 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year? Well, heck, she's in her 40s, 40, 41. RR is, so how, is there enough there for college? Is there enough there to survive on? Am I leaving them destitute? I am. I don't like that. I'm not leaving because Philippines is so horrible. I'm leaving for them so they can get a better life. I'm not leaving it just because it's so horrible. I'm just ready to get out of here. It's the only thing I'm complaining about. But I'm leaving for them so they can go to school and to get a better schooling. Schools here are horrible. And if you want to raise your daughters and sons here, really, to make $1,000 a month? And for what? So they make $1,000 a month. So when they retire, how much are they going to have? They don't have. They have Social Security here, but you get 1/18th of what you put in. So if you put in $300 a month, U.S., you're only going to get out a little small piece of that because they take a big chunk of like 78% of it. So you have to. I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it to enhance their life, and I want like our she wants to do this and that. Ruth wants to work and make a couple of dollars and have more money than I'm able to give her because I'm not only able to give her just X amount of dollars a month. She wants to have like $2,000 a month for herself, and I understand that. She wants to be able to go buy her purses. She wants to do stuff. She wants to do stuff. She wants her own world. So that's the reason I'm doing it. And get this, when she turns 62, she'll be able to draw whatever the minimum is, if it's still around. And she'll get the benefits of U.S. Because the benefits here, there's no benefits. You're elderly, you get $100 a month. What's that going to do to you? If you're 60, 70, you get $100 a month here. Even if you get 200, I'm not saying you do. I know they get 100 because her mother's still alive. That's what she gets. So she's 70 or 70s and she gets $100 a month, mid 70s. So you think about it this way. You think about the life and the lifestyle here compared to USA. So I know that I don't have enough money in the bank, and I know I cannot sustain a life there for, sustain here. And then our graduate school, she goes to college and say she makes the best she can make and say it's $1,000 a month. She said it's not good enough for me. I want more out of life than sitting here. And so there's 51%, there was a survey done, you guys heard me say this before, 51% of Filipino are depressed. And why? It's because they want more out of life. If you ask every Filipino, they want to leave here because they want a better life. And they'll go to Dubai. It's like Rick says, wife's not going to go back to Dubai. Well, why does she want to go back to Dubai? Well, probably so she make more income and make more money. He won't go to the States. He's not going to go to the States. So she'll go to Dubai, and he can enjoy his life and still have a great, great relationship with his beautiful wife. And they're a great couple. I met them, and great friends. It's just that way. And so I want them. I don't want to have my babies, man. I ain't having my baby. If Ruth and I had a baby, no way. If she gets into grade school and up to 7th, 8th grade, I don't care if I went to Thailand, they'd be out of the school system here. Do you know how many people in our class can't read? They did a study in the class yesterday. She said, Daddy, they're making all the students read in public. The grade went to the room and became a raisin. That's what they are saying. That's how they read. And some of the students are getting stuck on the words. So they're trying, so they can't read in 10th grade. So the teachers are all upset about that in our class. So now they have to have a reading class for 45 minutes a day now. And guess who is the leader of the group? RR. Because she can, yeah. Not being able to adjust the fish tank can make you leave. My wife does fish for breakfast, not for me. Sorry, dried fish, fermented fish. I just can't do it like Bengus. I can only do little fish. Muammar Gaddafi had big plans in devaluing ocean water. I tell you what, it's there. The three things: water. The three things most important to survival: water, shelter, fire. I can do all three. I tell you what, I know you can, Bill. That's the reason I want you. I got my kids dual, so with U.S. school and them options. I'm almost finished range. They'll be taken care of should something happen to me is at equity. I looked into setting up a setup for the girls. And the fees, it was just not worth it. So I asked a counselor, he says, really the best thing to do is, to be honest with you, is get some more cash. You need more cash, Tom. you're short. If you don't have, if your plans and what you're trying to, you need at least $500,000. I said, there's no way in the world. If I worked the rest of my life, I could ever even get to 1/100th of that. I said, I'd be lucky to make in, next 3 years. How much work do you think's left in me, right? 5 years. What am I going to make? 30, 40,000 in 5 years? No, 50,000 in 5 years? Really? 10,000 a year? I'd be lucky. So he says, well, she needs to come here. So I talked to 3 people, and their advice was to come there. Now the kids, if they're born here and have dual citizens because you're the father, that's great and fantastic. I would either have them tutored by someone or help them that way. Your house, I wish you and family best. Thank you, Randy. Yeah. And we're okay. We're all right. House is fine. Ruth scoots back there, okay, and she checks on things. We have family there, and she checks on things. My 2 girls attending the Davao 3rd and 10th grades. What are their opinions? Thomas Leary. My 2 girls attending the Davao 3rd and 10th grades. What are your opinions? Think it's great schools, great and fantastic. What do they want to be when they grow up? Doctors, teachers, lawyers. Let me teach you how to take off in the jungle and have everything, enjoy little things, build a mansion away from all the stress. Hey, that's what I need, Bill. Somebody said to me the other day, Tom, you're stressed. I go, yeah, I am. I said, why are you so stressed? I said, I don't know. He says, I said, it's that other thing. It's the other thing. That's what it is. It's this other thing hanging over my head. I call my wife every time we see a Pinoy film here, doesn't ribs in the Philippines. I see every day. Yeah, they know. They saw an actress on one of the shows, Bling LA or whatever it was, and they saw a Filipina. It's an actress. She's a billionaire, Philippine standards, and she gave somebody a diamond bracelet. And so they see that pie in the sky. And so that's what they think it is like here. And I've not seen one of those mansions yet. And I've been around. And I've seen some beautiful houses, but it's all made by foreigners. Now, the Filipino do have some beautiful houses, and they have maids and gardeners and things like that. And I've seen quite a bit of that. Do you know they lie about how long someone can go out without eating? It's like 7 days. What tell the human body able to go without food for 30 days? Man, I don't know. Hey, I can't make it for 3 hours, Mark. I paid for I saw my sister go to one of the top 6 projects for the 11th grade honor student. High five. Good for you, man. Good for you. And that's great, Van. And that's good. We've sponsored a few, and we help a few, very few, along to get in school and college and help them along and help them prosper and send them their monthly allotment, things like that. Oh, there's my baby daughter. Is you ready to go to school? So what time is it? 11:30? Where's Mommy?
Downstairs.
She's downstairs. What's she doing? Huh? We're going to pray. My Heavenly Father, please guide and protect my baby daughter as she goes to school. Protect her from all harm today. And please guide her and help her learn a lot today. And hopefully she will have good grades and be very happy when she comes home to see her daddy. Amen.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Look at my eye. I look so horrible.
You know where that's from?
Egg.
Egg. And chicken. And egg. You ate too much egg, honey.
No.
Huh? Yeah. It's chicken and egg. If you don't think she's Americanized, kid you not tell? Oh, what's this little fan here? Oh, it gets hot in school, Daddy. They don't have air conditioning. It is hot. Yeah. It is so hot. I don't even know how they even stay in there. I'd be throwing up. Do you ever have kids get sick, honey? 11:44.
Bye.
Bye. You're supposed to be there in 5 minutes. Back when we were hunters and gatherers, we had to be able to go 30 days without food or water. Not because, yeah. That's true, Mark. You're right. Able to kill, yeah, you're right. I don't know about 30 days no food. College yeah, college me too. I did. I would always, hey, anybody got any food? Rose says we're never allowed to have young maid, only ugly old maid. Yeah, exactly. Even though when people go out and hunt, every time they go hunt, come back with something they killed all the time. Yeah. Oil field can make 120K a year out of his year or sister being groomed for America. High five. Good for you, Van. See, that's what I like to hear. Groom, not necessarily for America, be groomed for Australia, Bangkok, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai. You know, even Dubai and Saudi, beautiful areas, great schools, great teachers, I hear. There's quite a few Americans there going to school, Dubai. Amen. Kenneth Fuller, amen. She does not leave this house. Normally, she'd be really close to Daddy and hugs Daddy's really close every day. And we get up in the morning, we always hug and kiss each other on the cheek and say good morning and say our morning prayer. Same thing with Ruth. Then we do our deal for the day, IMSDA. Then we do a message with reading the Bible and do a message and singing for 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever the God allows. And then we have our breakfast every day. Eggs are good to eat, even there, not a lot. I tell you what, she gets these bumps, and eggs and chicken affects her. Her mother has the same problem. Simple and peaceful life. That's what people go into simple province in the Philippines. But I'm surprised you face security. Yeah, Isaac. I can say this: it's not just me. Let's just say the word foreigners, and it's not just here. It's all over. It's all over, and it's just all over. Just think of it that way. Guapa RR, she is very guapa. Good prayer. My daughter's 3 years old and constantly asks us for AC and fans. She says, Daddy, can you buy me one? So she bought that on her own. She worked this year at Ollie's restaurant. You guys remember that? I got her a job. She made good money there. She made really good money. And she come home and I added money to her kitty, so she bought all new clothes, all kinds of stuff she wanted, bought some stuff for mommy, and so she's really happy. And I want her to be happy. I want her to go to school and be happy. I want her to go there in the States and be happy and to learn more. Schools are limited. She don't have books. How's she going to learn? They don't have books. So people say, oh, I'm going to put my kids in school here. Okay. They don't have any books. They don't use computers. People are lucky to have a phone. The girls here don't even have phones. And they're in 10th grade. So it's like, so she's learning like that. So that's the problem, guys. That's the problem I'm finding. When I went back to college, I went from market shopping to Giants and Wegmans to Aldi and Dollar Tree. And I was able to pay for college. Yeah, man. Giants and Wegmans. Oh my goodness, I hadn't heard them chain names in a long time. Wow, Giants and Wegmans. Aldi, you're from up north, and you're up from up north. You in Wegmans, Tops, New York, Buffalo. Wegmans, great chain, man. Great company to work for. You talking about taking care of the employees? That was run right there, Wegmans. Aldi and Dollar Tree, can't beat Aldi and Dollar Tree. RR said that some of the kids yesterday when they were reading, they felt so embarrassed because they could not pronunciate the words properly in English. And so the teacher says, okay, do it in Visayas. And they couldn't read it. If I had kids, I would not let any of my kids have phones, not at all. Yeah. You don't want to know my opinion on it. She don't need a phone. But she has to have it now because they have no books. And so the teacher writes it on the chalkboard. And then they take a picture. And then she erases the chalkboard. And then she writes her thing again. They take a picture. Then she erases the chalkboard. And she writes it again, the modules. And what they're supposed to learn. Then they say, okay, go on Google and search this. Write me a 1,000 word thing on this. And so they would do that, take a picture. And so that's how they do school here where we're at. Last year, she used computer. This year in this school, there's no computer and no way of teaching because they don't have books. That drives me crazy. So I'm going to put my students in school here and they don't have books. Now, even in the private schools, this is a public school, even in private schools, we had this problem too. In the private schools. And I had many discussions with the lady that owned the private school many different times. I almost stopped that. And I asked about that. You know, why, how come this? And so, this stuff. Heck, I did not have a phone until I was 30 years old. I know, me too. Good night, Big Cap. Good night. See you, my good friend. Nice, thanks for staying on. I'll see you. Yeah, Maryland's originally, it was always told to speak English well, but my Pinoy is a slang to them. Nothing over there. Yeah, I personally have a slang. I can't speak it. They laugh at me, so I don't speak it. I have to kind of let it go, you know, not get on it. Good morning, Viking. How you doing, my good friend? Thank you for coming on, and thank you for spending your valuable time. And thanks for coming on. Yeah, I'm going to end the stream probably about 10 minutes. I've been on here a couple hours. I didn't think I was on here this long. And, but I wanted to, you know, do the stream today, just impromptu stream, just to say hi to everybody. And, but yeah, there's good things too. There is a park that we went to over in Davao. It's a really beautiful park. I forget the name of it. And it had water slides and you can go swimming, and it had this thing you go around and you swim in inner tubes around, and we did that, and they had the slides, which I went down one and I got stuck in it. Just big, you know. I said, "You sure I'm not gonna get stuck?" When I got stuck. So they pulled me out, thank goodness. And I'm claustrophobic, imagine. Going down them stupid tubes. I'm too old to be doing that stuff. But just want to have a good time. Relieves some of the stress. 5:51 a.m. It is 12 o'clock. It is 11:51 where I'm at. I never went to college. I went to a decent mechanic school because it was free and I had a talent for it, but no place wanted to hire me. So my last 5 years experience besides to learn. I tell you what, that's good. That's really good. Yeah, 244. Oh, 245. Thumbs up. Wow. Yeah, really good. 100. I don't know what it got up to. I just happened to notice. I didn't even pay attention to it. 169. It's fantastic. What a great stream. Back in Norway, yeah. I mean, last stream I had, like, I don't know. I don't know how many was on. 20, maybe. But it's just really nice to see that 100 people came on today. As you see, look, it's going down when I said I'm closing the stream. But I do want to thank everybody for spending their valuable time with me today. My Sawa sister has Converge, fiber, netbooks, right, strike, every suits for school, phone, unlimited data time. Man, what a nice area and what a nice setup. Yeah, fiber, netbooks, right. So they have books. Yeah, even in our public school, they didn't have books. And I don't know if it's the norm. I don't know if it's norm anywhere, everywhere. I just see that it seems like that it's the norm. Some areas, no books. They just don't have them. It's just not available. Good part, I got a degree in IT, and once a graduate course, one people certification shows you how to actually work. I just comprehend it. Yeah. I got a 2-year on business administration, and I went to apply, and they said, "Well, you need a bachelor's." And so I applied for quite a few jobs, didn't get it, and just said, "Okay, I will stay in retail, bagging groceries and stocking shelves," and ended up being a night manager and then moving up. But it was okay, you know. Did not make any money to mount anything really for quite a few years. And even when I did, it was like I was in heaven, and I would spend it like crazy because I never had it, right? It's sort of like a pint of ice cream you got in the fridge. You hadn't had ice cream in a couple months. You lay a pint in the fridge. What do you think's going to happen to it? You're going to devour that bad boy. You're going to dig into that. So that's what happened with me. And went through years of fighting that up and down, up and down. And finally ended up with a company that paid their employees well. And so ended up fine. They stayed in that industry for quite a few years. I'm a people person. I excel more in a problem solver, solving problems and helping people with that. And that's where I excel at. Yeah, because the guy messaged me yesterday. We got a guy out of the hospital in Cebu. He was stuck in the hospital, couldn't pay his hospital bill. And it was $5,000. And he contacted the embassy, but no one had contacted him. So he shot me an email. He's a subscriber here. And shot me an email. And I contacted my friend, counselor. And so he sent a guy there and got him out. And when you do that, you have to go back to the States because they take your passport. So they paid the bill. He cannot get his passport back. They're shipping him back. They paid for his hotel back up to Manila. And he's okay with that. He said, I want to go back anyway. So he's going to go back to the States anyway. Leave his wife here and kid. He has a baby. And he's going to file for a visa. He said, even though it may take 3-4 years or whatever for that visa, he said, I'll work. He's 63, 64. He said, I'll work. I'll dig ditches if I have to. And I'll wait the 4 years to bring him there. Whatever, how long the visa takes. Yeah, in fact, the bill was supposed to be $2,000, but it ended up being $5,000. That's how it works. The more you make, the more you spend in your lifestyle. Yeah. I have a friend who's a welder in Oakville that makes $200K a year in Oakville College. I tell you what, Van, I have a friend too. That's exactly what he does, and he makes really good money. He is an inspector for the welders. So when the welders make, it's like he does in the shipyards. When they do their deal, he inspects it and makes sure that the quality is there, because you don't want no bad welds going out, right? I have to buy her books. Oh, and I tell you what, I would buy books. I told her I would buy the books for the whole class. 40, 50 books, I'll buy them. I'm not buying 100, but I'll buy 100 books. 40, 50 books. I don't care if they're $10 each. I'd buy them. But nobody get back with me. Like nobody cares. No, okay. No. But I'd have to buy 6 sets or 7. Because you have science, you have English, you have this, math. So you kind of know what I'm saying? There's no books. Just go to school, no books. So you only go to school with no books. So sometimes the teacher will have them just write it down instead of taking a picture. But his kids are not fast enough to write it, because she has to do all this fast. Because the classes are 40 minutes or 45 minutes a class. The next teacher. Good day, good D. Thank you, Randy. Thank you for coming on, Randy Conrad. I worked for 2 years as a part of school, and I did really good. I got my certification, but school only gave me 1 year and part of 5 years, but I can still do it. That's good money. That's good money. I made $200K a year hauling. As my old partner friend made $200K hauling the oil fields. Money isn't great for the truckers at the moment, though. Yeah, and it's really good money. I know that the oil fields is really good, and the welder friend of mine was telling me he's making more he's ever made in his life right now. I've been hearing the past few years that many bloggers mention South Mindinao is a bit unsafe to retire. Is that true? South Mindinao, it depends on what area you go to. It's usually pretty safe. It's not just Mindinao's the problem. The Visayas have more problems than Mindinao does, honestly. It's not Mindinao's the problem. It's the Visayas, Isaac. I wish it was in Luzon. There's the hot spots. But Mindinao has had its problems, like in Marawi, in places like that. But that is all finished and done. But there's areas you don't go in. If you see a flag and it's a white flag, if it's white, don't go on the property. Don't go anywhere near it. Get out of the area. Go somewhere else. And I saw quite a bit of that up in Luzon. and it's here in Mindinao too, but it's a lot of that's in Luzon. So you see that. You drive by a property, you think it's just a flag up. If it's white, run to the hills, get out of there. Pumpkin Joe, I have 1 million legals formed in South America, go to North U.S. butter. Yeah, it's true. Hillbilly, there's quite a few heading there, yeah. In fact, there was, I forget what the numbers was, it's a humongous amount. But do you blame them? I don't blame them. Better life? Why not? If you know you'd have better life, I don't blame them at all. I learned to drive a 78 Peterbilt. Don't you wish you had that? 78 Peterbilt now? Oh, Phil, I just like the experience to get hired. No one places to hire me without experience. Yeah, ain't that sad? Daniel, how you doing? Right now, I cannot say. I'm in the Philippines. I'm in Mindinao, but I just can't say because safety issues. But the area today, we're here in Mindinao. Before we weren't. But I still have my house in Mindinao here. The thing, we just don't, not there. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming on stream. I've been on 2 hours and 11 minutes, and I'm getting thirsty. I have no water or coffee. Man, I should have brought my coffee up. I bet it's cold. It's okay. I'll still drink it. So I want to thank everybody for coming on today. Oh, I'll read this. Mark, what did I miss here? I followed what's happening in the States for years. Less stress, let's focus on where we're currently at, raising my family. Yeah, I don't follow anything that's going on in the States. I never even pay attention to it too much. I follow, well, because of my visa. And it's in the articles talking about the people trying to come across the borders. But you sure don't want to read the news here. Joe, if you read the news here, don't read the news here. You know, there's always something going on there. You don't want to do that. If you go for this, it's like same here, same here. That news and this news is exactly the same. So you sure don't want to read the news here. I read it yesterday and I got so depressed. I said, oh my goodness, I'm not reading the news here anymore. One thing I wish that Dad teach me how to weld in my teens. He had every type welder you can think of. Welding San Francisco, knew about welding, showed me how to do it. Yeah, my friend works out in California at the shipyards. And he makes good living doing welding as an inspector. American Legals get $2,200 a month room board while Americans are homeless messed up. Van, I'd like to know where you get that. I'm going there. I'll go across the board. See you later, Jim Allner. See you later, my friend. Honestly, there's no place in the world considered safe. Yeah, be with the Lord Almighty, Jesus Christ. You're exactly right. Exactly right. Van Turen and Tom, send homeless free ticket to Wyon Island. Exactly. Send me a ticket. I'll go there. I'll get to 2200. I'll put R and Ruth in my pocket. And hold on to my baby's tight. Oh, got to take the little baby Omer too. So he's going to go in somebody's pocket. Yeah, that'd be nice. 2200 a month, really? How in the world they get that? Is it aid? Good night. T.L. Roy, thank you. I'll see you soon. I want to thank everybody for coming on today and thanking everybody for spending their valuable time. And I really, really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. There's really a good stream today. And thank you all that came on today. And it was really nice to see whatever the amount of people. See you, Tom. What happened, Tom? Why on an empty sitting there too? Oh, I see. Yeah, because of fires. I don't know too much about it. I did not see it. I heard about the fires. I see. Later. Nice stream. Thank you, Pumpkin Joe. Thank you, my friend. I want to thank everybody for coming on. T.L. Roy, Hillbilly, thank you. Isaac, thank you for coming on today. Mark King, Van Turner, thank you. Van, for coming on today. Pumpkin Joe. Daniel Pastor, how you doing? Thank you for coming on. Bill Pratt, Hillbilly in Asia. Isaac here, Israel. Thank you for coming on today. Randy Conrad, thank you for coming on there. Rick Morris, thank you for coming on today. Thank you for spending your valuable time today. Mark King, Van Turner again, Mark King, Pumpkin Joe. Let's see if I can get that list here. Bill Pruitt, thank you for coming on. T.L. Roy, thank you for coming on, my good friend. Van Turner, thank you for coming on. Randy Conrad, thank you for coming on. Rick Morris, thank you for coming on. Who else here? Anyway, if I missed you, I'm terribly sorry, but thank you for spending your valuable time today. And it was really a great stream. And thank you so much for always supporting the channel. I really, really, really do appreciate it. And Ruth's channel too. God bless everybody. I'll see you guys next time on Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures.